Alright guys, I promised that the Q&A session would have been Monday the 30th, which would have been tomorrow, but I just realized if I do it, it'll be after work, and I'll probably have been too tired and too stressed and whatever, so we're going to get this done today, which is a Sunday, the 29th. So, I got a couple questions, not as much as I wanted, so if we're ready, let's do this. Alright, that's out of the way. I got my questions here, like I said before, not as much as I wanted, but like I said, it's a start. So, and this is going to be pretty much uncensored and no holds barred type thing. So, we'll start with question number one. Question number one! And ironically enough, it comes from Harley Badger. He asks, what got me started with my hobby? He figured he asked the most common question. So, pretty much, I'm going to assume it's whatever vintage and everything else, like a broad spectrum. I think it pretty much started when I first got my first vintage fan some 25 years ago at a flea market. It was actually a Superior 808 that they spray painted white. And the thing is, I loved that fan. And I was upset when I tried to fix it and I ripped a wire out, and this was back in '92. And it's like I kind of chucked it in the crawl space in the old house, which ironically the house is still standing. Now whether or not that fan is still there, I don't know. And it kind of took a break from my high school days because, you know, when you're in high school you're trying to be popular and cool and have the latest and greatest things, but we couldn't have that. So, yeah, I mean, when I graduated, it's like, well, okay, maybe I'll get started back in the swing of things, but it wasn't that much until after I got my own place. And it's pretty much where I got, like, some old stuff because I couldn't really afford the new stuff. I mean, Goodwill, flea markets, and yard sales were great at the time because this was all that you could get them cheap, and nobody actually understood how you could get how the vintage stuff was worth a lot of money. Nowadays, you can't do that, but I argue with that on a previous video. And it's pretty much, well, yeah. And about the fact that Goodwill used to be able to have such stuff, vintage stuff, like that old Dominion fan that I had, that 2004, it's like I still own that. And that's probably something I'm not going to get rid of. Though I do regret getting rid of the various televisions and radios and stuff because I moved on or they just didn't work. But nowadays it's like, grab what you can because they probably can't be saved. Well, they can be saved, but once they're gone forever. Like a dust in the wind. Poof! And that. So yeah, that's pretty much what's got me started, just wanting to try and save what I could. And I'm still doing it to this day. Second question comes from Marshall H. Gatorworks. Did I get any new fans? Yes, I got some new fans over the last few months, and I've decided you will not see them until the final fan video of the year. But I figured I'd show you off because right now this is the one that I got at the Goodwill shop about a month or so ago. This is a Tozai 9-inch fan model. What does that say? HF23STB. So I have a photo of that, so if you want to check it out, I'll post a link if I get around to it. The other fan was this second gen Breeze machine, which I'll do a show and tell on this. Probably have this in the final fan video of the year. Cleaning and oiling it, of course. Holy crap, there's a chip in the blade. And the third fan that I ended up getting is going to be like an old frigid box fan. That's going to be coming in the next few days. And that will be part of the fan video of the last fan video of the year. So, not as much as I've been getting over the last few years, but they're slowly coming by. And then there's one that I got for free, which, and it will end up dying. That will be another rant in the next video. So look forward to those in the coming days. Or the final van, or the last of the year, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I should really rehearse, but I did. Let me have a sip. Yeah. Coconut wave soda is not that good, but that's just me. Third question comes from Tori the Fan Man. What's up, Tori? What got me into fans and what got me into wolves? Well, this is going to be a long, drawn-out story, but I figured we have the time, and I really can't see the E-time on the clock, so I figured let's get started with the fans. I mean, it pretty much started back about maybe 78, 79, 80, whatever. We lived in a house that had no air conditioning, and the only place to keep cool, only way to keep cool was with some old box fans. And they were like the first gen Galaxy Lasco 3713s or 3714s. I can't remember if they were 2 or 3 speed, but either way, they had the wide plastic blades. And I've always been fascinated by them. And plus the fact that every time when it's like I look at a ceiling fan, I've just been intrigued by how that spins. So it goes on to this day. And I mean, to be honest, some people didn't think that me liking fans was just kind of like a phase and I'll get out of it. I should go into like Hot Wheels or whatever. And I did have Hot Wheels, but it's just fans it's just me. I mean, it's just me. And, well, and like I said, and that continues on to this day. I mean, which also brings me to a little story about, we had some, like, company training earlier this year. We were asked to introduce ourselves and what hobbies and whatever. And I tell them what my hobbies were, mainly fans, radios, TVs, anything vintage with a plug. And I got the weirdest looks. Like, all of a sudden, collecting these old things is like a disease or something. It's like, you collect Coke bottle stuff, you collect Campbell's soup crap, people collect Hot Wheels and stamps, let me have my thing, okay? Let me have my thing. So, that's that. I mean, just pretty much it all started with the first gen Galaxy 3713 with the wide plastic blades. It kind of got started with that. And wolves in general, well, it also goes back to like high school days. Pretty much, I think it was like maybe 16 or 17 when I started getting rebellious. And I got tired of wearing like the polo shirts and the generic shirts with no designs on them and stuff. I think I bought a wolf shirt at like a flea market or something. I can't remember. It's probably long gone. I can't even tell you what it looked like. And it was one of those things that, well, have a spirit animal. And personally, I like the wolves because, well, they look... It's a wolf. What more do you need to know? And it's pretty much been exploded ever since. I mean, I got wolf figurines, wolf shirts, wolf blankets. Ending up trying to change my name legally to Eskie Wolf, but that's going to be a long, drawn-out process for a time. But that's just it. Pretty much something that I wanted, and was becoming and I was being rebellious in high school. So that's that. Next question from Blue Wolf. No relation. What are some of your favorite places to shop, and what are the furthest distance you actually travel to buy a fan or other vintage items? Well, flea markets, Goodwill, thrift shops, sometimes yard sales. They're always good. And the flea markets and yard sales, I mean, if it's like a outdoor flea market where there's like separate booths and dealers, like you can probably negotiate to get a decent bargain. Other times they're like, oh, but this is on eBay, it's selling for this much, I want it for this much. It's like, whatever. But 9 times out of 10 I get a decent price. Decent bargain on that. And the furthest place I ever traveled for a fan or a vintage item, well, I never really traveled to grab a vintage item. If I'm there and I see it, I grab it. I think the furthest I went was when I had some business in Nashville and decided to check out the Goodwill shop on Charlotte Avenue. I saw a fan there, but it was a common Lakewood HV9. It was missing the set screw for the blade, and the blade just rattled around, and I didn't buy it. I did, however, buy that Kodak film exposure clock. I think I paid $3 for it. and it wasn't vintage antique, so pretty much I don't just necessarily travel far enough on a mission unless I see it and I feel I have to have it. But if I'm actually out and about, and if I decide to go into a Goodwill or a thrift shop, and if I see it, I grab it. Like that. Next question from JK18. Who are some other popular YouTubers do you regularly watch? Well, some of the most popular ones that pretty much started out big and started to well, let's see. I watch the Jogwheel channel, which had the microwave show. Saab Catalog 4 is pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of like get all these nice cars, and if you can't really look at them, it's like a first-person view, as if you're sitting in them and looking at them up close. So that's always good. The Equals 3 channel, Ray William Johnson, it was getting good at the time, but now it's starting to kind of go downhill. But I hold on to like a devoted fan, but whatever. But there are some other YouTube channels that I watch, and religiously. I mean, Spats Bear's channel, Emerson Colley. I'm starting to look at your channel, JK, and it's pretty cool what I'm watching. Tori's channel is pretty cool. I hope you check him out. And there are a few others I can't name off the top of my head because, well, I've been trying to watch all that I can, but there are others that I have subscribed to, but haven't uploaded anything relevant within the last few years. So I may have to do a quick cleanup of them and all that. So hopefully that answered the question. And like I said, there may be a part 2 of this if I haven't said that already. So if you feel these questions aren't being answered right, answer below. I'll probably do a part 2 to this. Next question from Logan Musser, or Muser, or sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Do you still have that Galaxy 2150 with the replaced blade and neck piece, and how well has it held up? And did I use it this past summer? Yes, I do. I still have it. However, when it's like when the neck piece originally broke on it, it just pretty much sat there not being used anything until Tori was parting out that other 2150 and I asked for the neck piece. And I put that on and it worked fine, and then I bought the replacement blade off eBay, and I have used it one summer. In fact, it was on the top of my chest of drawers, and it was my primary fan until I got that Sanyo EF12 SP2. So, and it's pretty much been sitting on the floor not being used until last night when it was warm and I needed a fan to help cool this place down, and as well as the white noise. So yeah, I still need to work on it though, because with the if you look at some of the neck pieces, there's a little pin where the wire goes in. Well, I kind of don't have that pin, and I kind of am worried that if it's on the oscillating mode, that the wires will get worn out to the point where it'll short out and cause a fire. But other than that, it's been holding up pretty well. And plus, I need to look into some washers because I can't keep the head up. I kind of whatever. But yeah, it's been holding up pretty well. I think it's probably one of the fans that if it keeps on excuse me, messing up or whatever, I'm going to keep it until there's nothing more I can do to it. It's like, I will not let this die! Sort of thing. I need another sip, because talking to you all this time, it's like it's drying my throat out. Oh, that's good. No, I'm not a big coconut fan. Okay. Final question from Emerson Colley. He says, I remember you saying in one of your older videos that you were going to get a fursuit sometime in the future. Will it be a white Timberwolf or some other kind of character? Well, let's just say the fact of the name Eskie Wolf, I pretty much have determined he's going to be a mutt. He's going to be part American Eskimo and part Arctic Wolf. Sort of thing. I mean, he'll look more wolf than American Eskimo, but he'll still have that part of American Eskimo because he'll have that white fluffy tail and be somewhat of a bisque color. And since Arctic wolves have blue eyes, and I don't have blue eyes, I'm going to have more or less a grayish brown. So yeah, think of it like at first it's like, hey, it's a white wolf, but no, it's actually going to be like a mutt. So Eskie himself, he's going to be a mutt. So Hoping to get that done, but so far getting a fursuit has kind of been pushed down the back burner so many times because of responsibilities. And bills do come first, so but that will happen. That's going to be on my bucket list eventually. So yeah, these are the 7 questions that have been asked. If you feel you need to have to ask more questions, put them down in the comments. I mean, hell, they'll probably be part 2. So I guess, till next time, whatever that is, I'm Eskie, thanks for watching, and the comment box is open.